ho, ho. All right, what is happening, everybody? Coffee Shop Talk number 32 live. We are on YouTube, Substack, and X. So we'll see what happens. But I just posted that video of Sabrina Wallace and her little follow-up of the Mike Gill interview of what she thought. I thought she dropped some pretty important information in there. So check that out when you get the chance if you haven't already. And then I got a fun one for you because who do I got right here? What are you looking at? Oh man, we're gonna get into it's come up a couple times about this Kopi Luwak coffee, which is also known as cat poop coffee. So we're gonna get into a little bit of that, have a little bit of fun. If you're here to get a bunch of red pill information and all that kind of stuff, then this isn't the show for you. The Coffee Shop Talk, we're just chilling, hanging out in the coffee shop. We can talk about whatever, but I have a couple ideas, as you can see right here with my little friend. My little friend. And what do we got? Bubble glass ceiling, about to spit out coffee. Wait, that's expensive coffee. It is the most expensive coffee. The Kopi Luwak coffee is the most expensive coffee, and it's also known as cat poop coffee. So that's what we're going to get into. But there's a couple things that I got for you. What is up, Dawn Davis? And then we got some people over on the Substack. Katanya, you were the first one here. She says, hey, you animal, you. And David Spencer, welcome. It's D to the Booma to the San. I love it. And then Will Wallace. It's not a whole lot of people tuning in just yet, but it is what it is. People check it out on their own time. What do we got? It's a Wednesday. It's hump day. Hump day. So, either way, we're going to rock and roll. What do you guys think of that Mike Gill interview? It wasn't really an interview. It was just a hangout session. Started off confronting, some of the reasons why we kind of had some differences in the breakup, and then we got back to it as far as, each of us having our strengths. Mike's obviously the man when it comes to exposing corruption and reading how things are going in the world and those kinds of deals. Might not always agree with him, but you can't deny his 20 years that he's put into this and some of the stuff that he's done. People have no idea. The state of corruption organization that he created back in the day and put tens of his own millions of dollars into it, never asked for a penny, and was helping people of all ages and all struggles, and people don't even realize that. And now he's still in this fight. It's amazing. His story will be told one way or the other. So I first wanted to show you on that note with the Mike Gill thing. I'm working on something. See what you guys think of this. Yeah, it was cool, right? To see all of us together and hanging out. I might even see if Stacy wants to come on, just me and her, and expose some grifters and stuff. And then obviously with Mike. But trio, I'll have on anytime. It's like Sabrina Wallace and Mike Gill are the only two people that I'll drop anything for. If I have something else going on and they want to do something, or they feel like they need to get something out there and they want to go live, I'll drop anything for them. Everyone else, get in the back of the bus. But check this out. So I'm working on this. We'll see what it becomes. I'm just playing around with it, but I did one of those Booma Gratitude Zumas, and I'm really like lagging behind on those, where I do a Zoom session with all the paid subscribers. Let's go ahead and take me off for a second here. I want to show you this, but a woman in that told me about this whiteboard thing that they have on Zoom, so I can work on this and at 7Cs eat your heart out. But if you want to take a little snapshot of this is just a little map that I'm starting to put together. Mike Gill's Pandora's Box ties into New Hampshire, comes all the way over here into Arizona, the Planet Fitness stuff. But then some of the characters that he has interviewed with, Juan 07, it was more on Nino's show, but Juan connected with him after J6 and after the whole Flynn thing, tried to handle him. And then you got the Michelle Moore, connects into all kinds of people, whether it's Nick Alvear, Matthew Tuccaroni, his connection into Project Veritas early on with James O'Keefe and Aaron Day. If you don't know some of that saga, it ties into, I think they gave him some of the names of the Sinaloa cartel, which ties into Dick Anagos. And this is Andy Cruz, William Greiner, and Dick Anagos were the ones that were part of that or Mike Gill defamation case, which took $274 million from Mike, and that was also Bill Shaheen was connected to that, and so that connects into all the youth detention center, Chris and John Sununu, all the way to Maxwell getting arrested and hiding out there in New Hampshire before they got her, tying into the Clintons, tying into Epstein. It ties into all of them. It ties into Biden and everything. So I got to build out this side of things a little bit more so people understand what happened there. But I got like the grifters and some of the psyopers out there that are the ones that we're telling you not to listen to. So anyways, get a nice little snapshot if that helps you right now, because it ties into Bitcoin, it ties into the Free State Project that's going on in New Hampshire, and then we'll see how things unfold as time goes on. But I'm going to keep putting this together. Arizona tying into the Liz Harris, Shelby Bush, all the way to Patrick Byrne, which ties into Flynn. So there's a lot to add into this, but I want to give people a good visual to kind of get an idea of what this thing kind of looks like. So there's a lot more to come on that, but I've just been playing around with that. So I did that yesterday, and we'll probably play around with it a little bit more as we go forward. So anyways, I just wanted to show you that, give you a little glimpse that I'm trying to put together a little map to make things maybe a little easier for people. We'll get some more names in there on the New Hampshire side and some of the stuff that was early on that Mike uncovered, and go from there. And a lot more people joining over on the Substack side. Liv76, Joanne P. Owens, Clyde, Maria McDonald, Christine the Strawberry Girl, Michael Allen, welcome. Catania says, can't read all the names, too small. I'll pull it up one more time and zoom in a little bit for you guys, just so you guys can take a little look-see. Let me make it full screen. And so right here is where they took his money. So Mike had this organization that he called State of Corruption, where he was putting tens of millions of his own dollars into it and fighting all kinds of stuff, whether it was the elderly population losing their homes, being screwed over and pushed into nursing homes, and dealing with family courts into the Sununu Youth Detention Center. Whoops. That is tied right here into John and Chris Sununu is what it was named after. They've tried to take the Sununu name away from it, because now there's like 1,100 people suing them for all the abuse that happened within that facility. As we've seen a lot in this movement, we've seen the pedophilia, the human trafficking, the various trauma-based mind control, all kinds of various things that they've done. So get an idea here that these were the guys that were connected, and it was and oddly enough, from my recollection, it was Bill Shaheen It's Shaheen and Gordon is the name of Bill Shaheen's law firm, and Bill Shaheen's law firm actually represented Mike in his divorce, which took 5 years and cost him $5 million, and they screwed him over, and they basically were already screwing him over at that time. To get the timeline, that's what something that I maybe would talk to Mike about. But I broke down the Marissa Pizzuto report, which basically showed all the ways the various attorneys screwed Mike over and prolonged his divorce case. And his wife, ex-wife, sounds like she wanted to keep the money when he started going after these criminals, and he was putting guys like this up on billboards and exposing them. This is Dick Anagos, this one right here in the middle, and he is has like an extensive record that they've covered up. They even made him like New Hampshire Businessman of the Year at one point. He's one of the guys that's putting up all the casinos, helping establish cartel banks, Granite State Recovery for substance abuse recovery, and a lot of these guys are all connected to various aspects of this whole Pandora's box as far as the New Hampshire cartel goes. And then Dick Anagos, that cartel connects into the Sinaloa cartel, which goes all the way down to Arizona. So if you get an idea of some of this stuff and how it connects, it's crazy because the Pandora's box, like I said, connects right into Clinton, Ghislaine Maxwell, figuring out how to put some of these. So the program that Seven Seas uses for his maps, much better than probably what this is, or I'll need to figure out how to do this a little bit better. But it'll give you an idea because Bill Shaheen was the campaign manager of Hillary Clinton, and he was the attorney for Mike during his divorce case. And his company was part of the defamation case, which took Mike's money when Mike wouldn't play ball. And Bill Shaheen's was the attorney for Ghislaine Maxwell. It's just crazy how all this stuff is connected, and most people have no idea. And then it gets up into the horse racing that he was exposing, the money laundering system, and it's now all going to crypto and Bitcoin, and that's part of the Aaron Day saga that ties into Snedeker, who claims to have exposed Mike Gill when all of his stuff is just a bunch of hogwash bullshit. But how they launder their money goes into the casinos, the recovery centers, banking, street drugs, money laundering. You got Eileen Landry, who became the wife of Aaron Day, and Eileen Landry at the time was working for Mike Gill in his case when they took this defamation money, and she wasn't telling him various times to show up, what the court dates were. There was all kinds of bullshit that they pulled in order to get this defamation case through, and they could do whatever they want. They're the fucking cartel, I guess. That's how it's been this whole time. But you got the tie-in with Flynn going into the podcasting world, and I had a little fun with that. I kind of go ham on the podcasters a little bit more, obviously. But what I need to build out is the New Hampshire name so that people can start seeing how they connect into what Mike's always talking about. A lot of people don't understand the names of what he's already done and how they connect into, like the one guy when he exposed AutoFair and they changed their name and moved to a different company, or however that worked when he was talking about that. I think that was Cruz. They had to give him a different job, or the names get a little mixed up for me too, because one of them, I think it was Cruz, got put onto the lottery and then started rigging the lottery. And it's like there's so many ways that they screw people over. But if you think of Pandora's box and you think of how significant it was that Mike Gill was in New Hampshire, it's a small state. And so he's like he says, it's like a porthole to the whole United States because it's a small state and they can control the whole fucking thing. And that is where Bill Shaheen, his wife Jean Shaheen, who just left the Senate, John Sununu going back to Papa Bush with Cheney and those guys and those administrations and Bush Jr. John Sununu tied into all of that shit. Now to Chris Sununu, who just left as governor of New Hampshire, and they're all still tied to it. And then if you start to learn about Dick Anagos, extensive criminal record that they've covered up. He's the one that's like their cartel leader that's setting up all this bullshit and working with the Sinaloa cartel, according to the information that Mike Gill has. And if you notice in that interview, people were asking questions. Mike will not even like talk about something that he doesn't have a clue about or that he can only speculate on. He sticks to facts. He sticks to what he actually knows. And so when you hear him repeating stuff, start to tune into that. When he keeps repeating it, but you still don't know what like some of these names are, that's when you need to like pay closer attention. So, moving on from that, let's see where we're at over on the Substack. Ooh, we even got Casey Q joining. Let's see if you hang out for a little bit, Casey. And welcome. Sarah, Stephanie, good morning. D, thank you for shining the light. I do my best. Shelly, welcome. Jody, Stephanie. I think I just said your name. Double time. And then Smile Reset. Evil, pure evil. That's what we cover with Pandora's Box, that's for sure. And then Don Davis over on Don Davis and Denise Sullivan over on the YouTuber. YouTube's been pretty kind to me, so if I can use their algorithms to spread more of this message, I want to get more of Mike Gill and Sabrina Wallace out there in the Synergist. I'm kind of itching now to get Sabrina back on, so we'll see. We'll see. Sabrina, if you see this, let's do this. Hoorah! And like I said, seven C's, eat your heart out. I'm coming for you with the maps. Just joking, brother. All right, so we're going to talk about the Kopi Luwak coffee, which is also known, like I said earlier, as cat poop coffee, because it's the most expensive coffee. We're going to get into that whole process, but before we do, we're going to have some more cuteness from Grease Monkey. Okay, I had some fun with Grease Monkey. So, Grease Monkey is the kitty that's been hanging out in the engine of my car, and he's not going to be able to hang out there for long. I mean, I don't know if it's a he or a she. That thing is hardly won't even let you get close to it. Anyways, so I tried something. I got this whole string that you can see on the little video here. This is Grease Monkey, July 20th, 2025, in the evening. I tied this super long string to my mom had like this bell and a couple other things on the end to make some noise. And I got it close to the car, and as you can see there, the bigger dish is the water dish, and the dish to the left of that is food. And I was trying to entice and play with Grease Monkey, and so I got a video here. We might fast forward through some of it because it's a little bit long, but it was amazing what actually happened because I tried a couple things, and he wouldn't even dare look at it. He was suspicious, but eventually I won him over.
He wants to play so bad.
He can't help himself. And then he tries to ignore it, but then I'd pull it and it would jingle. And so he couldn't help himself, but he had to come out and check out what the heck is going on, because this is the first time I've ever tried to play with him. I kept thinking in my mind, like, I need to get some, like, something jingly or whatever and get his attention. And here he is. And now also recognize, though, and this wasn't as hot of a day as it's been, the last few days have been horrendously hot. Horrendously hot. So, like, even in the evenings, it's still in the 70s, even when the light goes out. So he has not been playful because their energy is getting drained. I don't know how they can even handle being outside, but I can't get him to. He won't hardly leave the car, this one. And then there's other ones that when my dad goes out to put food out in the morning, the kittens will be there and they'll just scatter like they're being chased by the biggest monster they can imagine. So anyways, we'll watch some more of this and see what happens, though, because it was I was pretty stoked. So this was the first real attempt, and he kind of came out, and then he was like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with that." And then I tried a couple more times, and he still wasn't. He was just like not about it.
Well, he's a little bit more comfortable with me. He's letting me hang out here while he eats. I think you do like the bell, but you're rightfully suspicious. I'm so far away. Go get it.
So he was super suspicious of what was going on, and he didn't want nothing to do with it. But over time, I just kept playing and kept trying to make him comfortable. It was amazing. I can get that close to the car, and he can eat, and he doesn't run up into the engine. So here we go.
Going for the bell. He wants to touch it. Get it.
Hi, Don. Don over on X. Thank you for reposting the stream. We're just hanging out. We're gonna see some kitten fun, and then we're gonna get into cat poop coffee, which I'm sure everybody's super stoked about. So we'll fast forward a little bit and see, like, the iPhone actually does really good because it was a lot darker than what it seems, and that's why the eyes are lighting up. But here's where he starts to finally like wanna play with it. I love this. I love this. I love it. Because I'm far enough back where he's comfortable. He's like, what is this thing making this noise? Gotta actually touch it. Touch it. You gotta get it. Oh, he touched it!
He got it. You get it. Oh, he pulled it. You got it. Get it. Get it, Grease Monkey.
And so this one we think is like part of a litter, like on its own, like wherever the rest of them are, they either didn't make it or he got left somehow because he seems to be all alone, and so he's just kind of a solo kitten that I'm trying to get a little more comfortable with us. It worries me that they're not going to make it through like the super heat. And then it'll be interesting once it gets back to winter because he'll be full grown by then. But oh, it gets tough for the kitties. Anyways, I haven't thought about catching them yet, Dawn. I don't know if I'm gonna do that or if we're gonna do that. There's a lot of them, but I still gotta get a hold of a guy that supposedly does this kind of stuff where he fixes them and then puts them back. And how he's gonna do that, I gotta ask him about that whole situation. Apparently, he works with vets and he works with a organization. But this one is growing on me in a way where I almost would like to have it as my cat. But at the same time, it's an outdoor feral cat. They're a different kind of thing. So let's get back to this, and I'll show you what happened. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, and that's why I might, if I can talk to the, like you're saying here, TNR, they might take them in as long as it's a no-kill shelter and they're gonna try to find a home. I'm all about it. But this one, poor little guy's a lonely kitty. So So there he finally gave up on it, but then a little bit later on he came back and he kept playing, and then he kind of went back. But this is where it gets really good. He was coming out farther from the car, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then he kind of goes away, and then he comes back. I'm just gonna keep working with him. It's been so hot lately, like I said, he just sits there and he's just like, I don't want nothing to do with it. He doesn't have any energy. Maybe in the middle of the night he has a little more energy to get out and exercise and stuff. He chases fireflies, as you'll see, but he started getting closer and getting a little bit more comfortable this evening. Now, I thought he was going away, and I was like, oh, it's over. And then he showed up even closer. Look where he's at. Like, that's literally not that far from where I'm at. And then the bell got caught on all these rocks, and it was like, oh no, it's messed up. But watch this. Hey. And he makes the go. And I'm like right there. It's like, oh my gosh, he's getting so close to me. Can we get it? Come and get it. He's so close to me at that point. It was crazy. And remember, this is like the first time he's ever played. I mean, with me or like a human, I guess. And so then he goes around and he's kind of back behind this little like bush that's not too far from where I'm sitting. And he's trying to catch fireflies.
He's chasing fireflies.
And like I said, it's impressive, like the lighting that the iPhone gets at this, because it's like almost dark at this point. But what I missed here is there's a tree to the right outside the frame, and he ran and jumped up onto that tree, like and like just stuck there for a little while and looked around, and I was like, he is a monkey. It's the little grease monkey. And we're almost done with this video. But this is him heading back towards the car. There it is. Oh man, that little guy, he's so cute. I'll keep working it, but like I said, it's been super hot out, and then I need to get hold of TNR and see what they say, and maybe they could find him a home, try to domesticate, because eventually he's gonna have to get out of there. There's a lot of them. We don't mind them, but like if they start reproducing and stuff, and it gets out of hand, then people are gonna want them gone, and it's gonna be a problem. But there's so many cute ones. Yes. I'll put some treats like in a row and see if I can get them to come a little bit closer and trust me. If I could get them to ever take a treat out of my hand, that'd be awesome. We'll see. It's just been so freaking hot. So let's see what we got. We got some more people joining. MC Robin, what's up? Jody, what an amazing interaction with a feral cat, right? Yeah, it's like the first time it's ever played with a human. And Christine, the strawberry girl, I wanted to work with bats, but California makes you get vaccinated for rabies, so that's out. And yes, Catania, cautious and curious. Curiosity used to kill the cat, but now it's heat they got to worry about. Right now, that is exactly what's going on. The heat is what they have to worry about. It's been so hot that I don't even know how they can handle it. And so my overall goal with all these feral cats is to tame them and then to feed them coffee cherries and to make cat poop coffee and sell it to all of you. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Oh, I know. Me and the kitty. It's an ongoing thing. I haven't seen any skunks for a little while. I think they're either waiting until it's like later at night, because like I said, it's been so hot that like they'll wait till it's completely dark to come out or something. But how you doing, Midnight? The Midnight Rider. The saga continues with the kitties. But now let's get to what I wanted to break down and what has come up before on the Coffee Shop Talks. But now we need to get to the actual how the most expensive coffee is made. Let's do this.
Kopi Luwak is the world's most expensive coffee. The main factor of its high price is the uncommon method of producing such a coffee. It has been produced from the coffee beans which have been digested by a certain Indonesian cat-like animal called palm civet, or also civet cat. This is the reason Kopi Luwak is also called cat poop coffee or civet cat coffee. The feces of this cat will be collected, finished and sold as Kopi Luwak. Why is Kopi Luwak so special and the most expensive coffee? The most important reason of the coffee's speciality is the production process. The coffee tree. The coffee tree, Coffea, is a flowering evergreen plant native to tropical Africa and Asia. The coffee tree usually catches someone's eye due to its attractive white flowers. Moreover, the coffee tree produces red or purple cherries that are, despite their misleading name, berries. In most cases, the coffee berries contain 2 seeds. These seeds are the so-called coffee beans. The coffee beans. The seeds of the coffee tree are called coffee beans. However, the word bean is used incorrectly in everyday speech because of their resemblance to beans. They are found inside of the coffee cherries. Most of the time, cherries contain 2 seeds or beans. Coffee beans are the source for coffee. The digestion. Palm civet cats adore coffee cherries. Civet cats living in the wild select the ripest coffee cherries with the highest quality. But how can the digestion process affect the coffee beans and dramatically improve their flavor? The flesh of the coffee cherries is removed during the digestive process. The coffee seeds or beans inside the cherries are not digested by the civet cats. It is believed that this digestive oversight is responsible for giving civet coffee its special and unique flavor.
Isn't that crazy that the digestive tract removes the outside of the cherry to reveal the bean? It's like what they do when they process coffee. It's kind of incredible. Didn't that just look so delicious? And someone who was in the chat, Catania saying, I got some cat poop for you. There's a nice little cat turd for you. And everybody that drinks coffee over there that loves this kind of coffee is like, yummy. All right, let's get back to it.
Unique flavor. Scientists have undertaken research about Kopi Luwak coffee. What they found is natural enzymes in the civet's intestines make the beans less acidic and therefore less bitter. The palm civet. The civet cat is a small mammal which belongs to the Viverridae family. In Indonesia, these animals are known as luwaks. Palm civet cats have a body length of about 53 centimeters, 21 inches, and weigh between 2 to 5 kilograms, 4.4 to 11 pounds. Their appearance resembles a cat at first sight, but their legs are much shorter and its tail is much longer compared to an ordinary cat. Why is this animal so famous?
Right, and that's kind of Casey's questions. Casey's saying, I want to know who the heck thought to do this in the first place, right? Like, who looks and sees, oh wow, there's a cat turd, but it looks like it has those coffee cherries in it. I'm gonna brew it. And then Clyde says in the video, the bucket list, monkey poop coffee was the punchline. The bucket list. Was that a movie with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson? I think I remember that one, if that's the one you're talking about. But yes, and I think they were going after monkey poop coffee in that one. I'll have to look that up maybe for another episode. But who the heck thought to do this? That is a crazy question. And then what do these cats look like, or whatever that you would call them? These animals look like after they've eaten a bunch of these cherries? Are they just doing acrobatics like insane? They gotta be.
This little animal is most famous due to its particular affection for coffee berries. As mentioned previously, palm civet cats living in the wild love eating delicious coffee beans. Usually they collect just the tastiest beans for their diet. The feces. After about 24 to 36 hours, the coffee beans eaten by the palm civet cat are defecated. In most parts of the world, excrement from wild animals is considered waste. But in Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines, civet cat feces are seen as...
There it is in all its glory, coming right out of a glory you-know-what. Yummy. It kind of reminds me of, I just watched, again, over at my sister's place with all the kids and the family there. We were watching Ace Ventura and When Nature Calls or whatnot. And it's the bat feces that they use, guano, for their bowls. Guano. Shikaka.
Gold. This is because the coffee beans departed the civet's digestive tract almost unaffected. According to scientists, this adds to the special flavor of the coffee made from civet cat beans. Today, these coffee beans are a luxury good and sold all over the globe. It is better known as Kopi Luwak or civet coffee. Due to its rarity, cat feces coffee is also the world's most expensive coffee.
Crazy.
The finishing. Wild Kopi Luwak is collected from local farmers in Indonesia or the Philippines. They separate the coffee beans from the feces, wash them, and then dry them in the sun. Once the beans are dry enough to remove the outer skin or parchment easily, they are put into a wooden mortar and pounded with a pestle. The beans are not affected by the pounding, but the skin will break apart, making it possible to easily remove the coffee beans. In the next step, the beans are hand-sorted to remove any damaged beans. Now the remaining Kopi Luwak beans are ready for roasting. Raw Kopi Luwak loses much weight during the different stages of this process. 10 kilograms or 22 pounds of raw Kopi Luwak will not yield more than 2 kilograms or 4.4 pounds of roasted Kopi Luwak beans. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.
It's just so crazy. Like, what do you do for a living? Oh, I follow around a cat-like species and collect its poop after it eats these coffee cherries. And then what was it? I think we were back on the one where it was coming out of the butt. This is so crazy. You have to collect so much of this poop in order for this to work. Where's the poop coming out of the butt? Either way, we're done there. Anyways, who was it? Katanya was saying it looks like an O. Henry chocolate bar. Shelly's saying, well, then I won't have to worry about drinking digested coffee beans. Who thinks of this crap? Who thinks of this crap Whoever thought of that is freaking making tons of money off of very little production because, I mean, you're following around these animals basically all day, and it's just crazy. Here we go. Here it is. Looks like a O. Henry bar. Bam! There it is. And then just think about it when you're making money from this. Like to any normal person, it'd just be like, "Oh, that's so gross." And to the people that curate this coffee, they're just like, "Ka-ching, ka-ching, 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 money." That's the money shot. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, we had to get into cat poop coffee because people kept bringing it up, and I was sharing a lot of the kitties, and it just went hand in hand with this little guy. Keep eating those cherries, getting all hyped up, and pooping out pure gold for people that produce that coffee. So anyways, I showed you a little bit of a taste of the map that I'm working on with Mike Gill. I just posted that video of Sabrina that kind of like added her 2 cents into the Mike Gill interview. If you haven't seen the interview itself, you should go check it out. I know it's like 3 hours, but we get into all kinds of great stuff. You get into Pandora's box. You get into some of the reasons why Mike, Crash, and I kind of broke apart for a while, and why Mike, he pretty much only still trusts Crash, and good for him. I wish them the best, but I'll continue to be there for whatever I can do on my end to help, and I'm hoping to bring them back on and do some more shows with them. I love some of Mike's stories. We got into a little bit of it. Some of the people that he's rubbed shoulders with, that included like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and then some bigger names in business world and stuff like that. And then in the horse racing, he's got that story where his mom basically held O.J. Simpson hostage in the stands and like berated him. I want to know what she said. That whole 4 hours could be recorded, and I think it would be gold if you actually had that like on a video where she's just telling him that he's guilty and all this shit. Oh man, Mike Gill's mom sounds awesome. Anyways, that's kind of what I had for you. We got into little Grease Monkey, who is staying Grease Monkey and not Grease Skunky. I haven't seen the Skunkies for a while. And we'll see. I might do a Booma stream later on. My body's a little. I gotta get out and move and maybe sweat a little bit and get this body moving a little. And more to come. Maybe we'll get a little Booma streamer going on either today or tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We'll see how things shape up. And we'll see what else is to come. I got a couple more people that are reaching out to me. I'm not going to name them yet because once they've committed, maybe I'll give you a heads up. But I got some interesting people that I never would have expected reaching out to me about doing a podcast. And so I'm kind of excited about it. Yet I'm a little bit reserved because in this whole thing, man, I've gotten excited about a lot of things and it hasn't panned out. So I just take it as it comes. But having Mike Gill on was an honor, and I hope there's a lot more to come with that one. Thank you all for being here. I love seeing you guys all showing up on the Substack and enjoying that platform still. They just got $100 million, so we should see some even more improvements. And then over on X, I hope everybody's doing well. It gets crazy over there, so if I can spread a little bit of laughter, fun, kitten love, and some cat poop coffee onto the X platform to combat all of the nonsense and negativity, I will be glad to do it. So anyways, God bless you all for being here. This was Coffee Shop Talk number 32. 32 live on July 23rd, 2025. This was D. Boomasan from Painfully Beautiful Productions. I love you all. Peace.